Welcome back to Lesscashmoremash. My name's Tom.
And I'm Mike.
And today, Blind Fight Friday. So what do we do for Blind Fight Friday? We pick out two samples out of our sample pool over here. We put them head to head. We usually try to guess type and price and proof and all that stuff. But the moral of the story is it's whiskey against whiskey now. I set it up. Yeah, that one's a tad darker than the other one.
It is. We'll do this one first.
Although they look a lot better than the ones you've been grabbing lately on these.
I have been sucking bomb water.
You have been going awful light, so. But
I was kind of happy with this choice.
Color isn't everything. It does help sometimes.
You can say what you want, but
I'm thinking. So again, for some of you that are new, some of these have been in here. In fact, I think it was last week or the week before. We actually had one from when we first started this, like 2.5 years ago.
It was last week.
Yeah, that it actually came out. So some of these have been in there forever, and I just put them together. And then some of these are new ones that I put in either by your suggestion or ones that I wanted to see anyways. So we'll see what happens. We'll go right to glass number one. Again, you'll see the thumbnails, and you're going to actually see what we're drinking while we're drinking them. I do that after the fact.
You.
So, one's got a nice nose, though. I got to say that.
It's way better than I was. I was happy.
Because it was lighter.
Yeah.
Oh, it's way better than what you have been grabbing for sure. That's what you're getting.
Yeah, that's
right.
exactly what I was getting at.
Yeah, I will say, I think it was last week we did the Trader Joe's versus Quality House, and neither one of them were bad, neither one of them were good. You know what I mean? But they were appropriate price-wise.
They were, and a couple of people commented saying I probably would never go that land, but for the money, it wasn't evil.
No, Steve actually found a handle of Quality House for like $15 in Connecticut. I'm like, you can't beat that. Glass one is very good, by the way. That had a strong amount of flavor.
Flavor, not huge proof. I
know. It's got a proof. Really? I think it's got a proof. Yeah. If it doesn't, maybe I didn't. This is my first sip of the day, so
I'm still in baby sip land because I figured out how to do these. But
yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was hot.
It didn't,
but it had a ton of flavor going.
You think over 100? I don't think we're.
Oh, we're no less than 100 though. Now, let me see. Let me try in the second one. That was my first sip of the day, so.
I don't know if it's over 100. I think it's...
Maybe it's not. It's got a nice sugary presence, though. And it has a very good viscosity, and it coats very well.
Agree.
So maybe that's where that proof was coming out. I don't know. It's giving me a slight hug, though. We're going to have to go to glass two and see.
We're not in rye land. I'm going to say we're in bourbon land.
I was leaning towards a bourbon on that one myself, but... Again, I can't. There's no guarantee that I didn't put rye with a bourbon either, because when I was putting them all together... But I didn't get any of the mint or anything.
Different nose.
Oh, yeah, it is.
And there might be a slight mint in this one.
Oh, no. I'm getting more of a vanilla. I'm getting like a vanilla bean in this one. Yeah? Let me see.
Let me turn my phone down since I forgot. I actually, that flavor is pretty good, too.
That's different, though.
It is different. They're not only different in color, they're different in...
That one might even drink a little softer. I agree. Now I just had the second one. That one probably brings me around 100.
The first one?
No, like the second one.
I was going to say, but I think that's closer.
Yeah.
Because that one seems to hang a little bit more. Two seems to be hanging around a little bit.
It could have been because the first one I drank was literally the first sip of the day. You know what I mean? So maybe it just hit me a little more than I thought.
This nose is actually seems a little more refined too. But
that's really creamy too.
This is not easy. That one, I think it has a little more proof. I'm thinking two is higher proof than one. I gotta go back to one. We could do that now, correct?
Yeah, no, yep. No, we can knick-knack. I'm telling you, I think both of them were I don't know. Maybe my proof-o-meter's off today. For some reason, I was like 108, 110 on both of them. Like I was a little hotter than 100. Like it was just holding on down to give me a little
definitely
more.
seems to hold on. Well, now I took a bigger sip of one though. I don't think they're over 100 though. But they're two different flavors.
They're certainly two different flavors. I can tell you the first one has a nice rye spice on it. Not that I think it might be a rye, but it's peppery. It does a lot more pop rock.
It does have a more of a sparkle to it. I'll
And-
agree with that.
Well, I'm getting like that vanilla sweetness. I wonder if two might be like a Maker's or something where it's giving me like almost like that Weeder vibe.
I'm not getting the oak. It's not. You think it's one of the oak ones?
It could. I don't.
I'm not getting
Again,
that.
I have no
I'm
idea.
not getting that though. It is pretty easy drinking though.
Yeah.
It's has less of a sparkle than one does. Let me try one more time.
I'm actually digging both of these. I'm not gonna lie. Both of these are very good.
I'm actually leaning towards two.
I think two drinks a little easier,
But
it's just as much flavor.
But it holds on a little bit longer in my chest.
Jeez, and I'm thinking one's holding on a little bit longer. I really do. Like I think one drinks a little more aggressively on the way down. It's got the pop rocky feeling on your tongue.
I agree with
and
that.
I think it hangs a little bit more. Let me go back to two. I think two drinks a lot more refined. But it's just as viscous without the pepper.
I think it's more viscous actually.
Yeah.
I think it's thicker. It stays on your tongue longer, and it stays in your chest. If I'm going to pick, I'm going to go with two. I like two better today. I have to say today because tomorrow could be a different thing. But
No,
today,
I 100% agree. I'm leaning towards that.
I think it seems to be a little more refined.
almost
Not
feels
that
like
not that I'm disappointed with one though. I'm not.
Two almost feels like it's finished too for some reason.
Yeah.
It does.
In a port.
Well, I'm wondering. I'm wondering too because like there's such a nice rye spice on the first one. I'm wondering if they weren't both ryes. You know what I mean?
Oh, I don't think we're.
And then, like, if I'm into a finished rye, maybe
we could be into a finished bourbon on two.
this has like a
it's
nice
fruitier a little
vanilla
bit.
bean on too. Like it has it's more like a vanilla with a hint of like the brown sugar than just caramel. You know what I mean? Like it's more intense.
See, I get a lightness of fruit too, but
I can see your fruit on this one actually. If you put all of that on an apple, I could see that. You know what I mean?
it's definitely an easier drinker.
With a ton of flavor.
It's
A ton of flavor.
It definitely carries a lot of
All right,
flavor.
I'm gonna take one more sip of
going-
one. I
I'm
think
doing
I'm
the same
going with
thing.
you. I think I'm gonna do two.
It's definitely
Not
rougher.
that I don't like all of one. One is absolutely delicious too,
It's rougher.
but it drinks a little harsher.
Yes.
More, but where you get that same, if not more, viscosity off two, but it drinks so much easier.
There is way more sparkle in one than two.
Right.
But
Which is weird. I'm picking two because normally I like that fight, but today that's just going right down.
No, it is.
because it's carrying so much flavor.
because
with
it does. It sticks.
Yeah.
It sticks on your tongue. It sticks in the back of your throat, and even like when you do the, it stays there. Not that one doesn't.
Right.
It just has just like the sparkle. It probably would be a higher rye. I would say is probably in one, but I
Just
don't
for fun, what are you guessing? I'm still thinking I'm like 108 for some reason. I think I'm over 100. I think I'm like a low hundreds.
I wouldn't be surprised if these are like bottle and bond or they're 100 proof.
All right, well, we're gonna see on that one, anyways. But some dope kept saying he was forgetting something, and it was the key, so I can find out what it is. So we're gonna pause it for a second, and we'll be back in 1 minute.
Back.
All right, so we are back. I got my key. I found out what they were, so you know what we were drinking. On glass number one, it was Calumet Farms. It's a 10-year bourbon. It was 100 proof, so you were right on the proof on that one. We got that for $64.99. And again, this was good, but it was definitely harsher than what glass two was, which you know is Cooper's Craft Bourbon, 100 proof. We got it for $30.95, and We can't get that up here. That does not ship up here. We got that brought up from Kentucky or wherever Steve was at the time on vacation. So, but we do have the Old Forester 100, and it's made by the same thing. But it really did, for half the price. And this is the thing, like someone suggested, the Calumet Farms 16 is the way to go the other day. And I so want to pull the trigger, but it comes down to stuff like this. When you can find a bottle that's half price, half the years, and just tastes better, it scares me to pull the trigger on $150.
And we
bottle.
will. It just seems way more refined. I don't know. And both of us were in agreement on 2 drank way better.
Yeah, no, we actually...
It held on a little. Viscosity, everything was way better to me.
Right.
This was had a sparkle, but
that's
kind of all it really had.
Which was delicious by itself, but when you compared it to a bottle half its price, this one dominated.
I don't think we sold it as delicious.
I said it a bunch of times. I liked it. Did I like 2 way better?
No, I meant way back when we did the review.
No, because it's
pricey.
It's for $64. Right. We've had so many other bottles for less money. Early Times Bottle and Bond, and that one, smash it. This literally was leaps and bounds better.
It did. Well, I agree.
Yeah,
so it did win.
Yeah, that's what. Again, as much as I want to pull the trigger on a 14, 15, and 16-year-old Calumet,
and they're around.
They don't. It just these that I have don't entice me. So, one of these days, if I get enough people saying you should try it, we'll end up doing it. So there you go. That's Blind Fight Friday. If you want to see a future Blind Fight Friday, leave a comment down below, because I will take your suggestions, and I'll either turn it into a Sunday Funday so you get them out quicker, or we'll add them to this.
See them in 2025.
And again, because sometimes they come out and it's 2 years after the fact. So there it is. That being said, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less, drink more. Cheers. Not even a question.